Hi, this is Push.House. My name is Daniel, and today we're going to talk about the most creative part of making an advertising campaign in Push.House, namely about making an ad creative itself. We'll go over the process of making a convertive ad creative, pay attention to text for buttons, and talk about the importance of batch customization. And together we'll choose a clickable title in an ad campaign in a dating niche, as well as many other important details. And we begin. The principle of online affiliate marketing is simple. The more users click on the advertising creative, the higher the final profit is. And for this to happen, we must get the user's attention. And this is achieved through advertising creative. Advertising creative is one of the most important elements of an advertising campaign, which impacts the success of the entire promotion. The more the ad creative meets the needs of the target audience and attracts attention, the higher the probability of targeted action is. The creative in an advertising campaign in Push.House consists of several elements, each of which is important in its own way and has an impact on the final result. And in order to analyze each element in detail, let's create an advertising creative together and choose dating as a niche for it. So, the creative for the Push.House ad campaign for the dating offer consists of these elements. Badge. This is a small icon in the upper left corner of the advertising creative, offering options for interaction with the advertisement or hinting at the nature or theme of the promotional offer. The proper badge has a direct impact on CTR and can further urge the user to click through. And since our advertising creative is related to the dating category, we will choose the chat icon. This kind of badge sort of leads to the beginning of conversation and implies a response to the offer received in the advertising notification. The next element is the 18+ toggle, as the offers in a dating niche come in several types: mainstream, adult, or gay, which determines the approach available for promotion. If you plan to use explicit images or a title that hints at sexual intimacy, you need to switch the 18+ toggle to yes, so that the Push.House algorithms can send advertising notifications on the sites of partners with adult content, whose audience is more receptive to advertising offers of this nature. Next is text for buttons. This is a tool to not only further motivate the user to click through, but also to offer them options for interacting with the ad creative. By default, the buttons text is set to Watch Now and Settings. But to achieve a higher efficiency, we can change this text to better fit our niche. To do that, we'll enable editing of buttons text by toggle here. And in the new fields, we'll replace them with reply and more. Now let's talk about the title, which is one of the key things in the ad creative. A good title increases CTR and encourages the audience to click through by using different engaging approaches, such as creating intrigue, retelling personal experience. It can also be a call to action and many others. And one of the most popular approaches in promoting dating offers is personalization. The essence of the approach is to appeal to the user directly. For example, let's say you have 2 new messages in the title. Such a headline can intrigue and allow the user to feel personally included in the conversation with a potential partner. The next thing is the description in a following field. The description usually contains detailed information about the offer, consists of up to 45 characters, and supports the country and city macros, which are changed to the user's geo when used. The description text directly depends on the chosen promotion approach and usually complements or expands the headline. In our case, we have earlier informed the user that he had received private messages, and therefore, in the description we will continue the legend by offering one of them. For example, looking for something to do tonight, text me, with a few heart emojis. The direct appeal in the description hints at the reality of the offer and further motivates the user to click through. In the end, you'll be surprised how many people you'll find willing to brighten their evening. Finally, we're moving on to the visual part of the ad creative, and the first in line is the advertisement icon. An icon is a small image that emphasizes the benefits of the offer or the benefit of using it. And also the icon is often used for additional stylization of the approach. In our case, our best choice of the icon will be the image of new messages notification. And since earlier in the title we wrote about the user receiving 2 messages, we picked an icon that matches our legend, and let's upload it. In addition, the icon is of key importance when making an ad creative in an in-page format. The thing is that, unlike push notifications, the format implies the use of only one image in the creative. And that is why it's worth choosing an icon in the in-page format as responsibly as possible. And after uploading the image, we can see a preview of the ad creative through the preview menu on the right side of the page, where we see how the advertisement will look on the user's Android, Windows, or Mac OS device. If you plan to launch Classic Push, then no less attention should be paid to the choice of an even more important element. It is the choice of the main image. It is the main image that is considered the basis of the creative. The relevance of the image to your target audience directly affects the likelihood of it being noticed, and there are several options for where to get the images from. Firstly, the main image can always be borrowed from competitors, using our free service for monitoring competitor ad campaigns, the Push.House. However, we recommend not to copy the image one-to-one and somehow alter the material before launching new advertising campaigns, or choose a similar one. As the second option, modern AI services will easily generate ready-made unique images for you in a couple of clicks, about which we have a useful article on our blog. And thirdly, you can always use help from well-known photo stocks, where you can find suitable unique images that meet the needs of the target audience. In fact, our image is taken from one of those, and we upload it. Then here we can correct the width of the image. And then in the preview menu, immediately see how the ad creative will look on the user's screen. This is the end of the ad creative preparation, and if all other fields are filled in, the campaign can be launched. But in practice, only one ad creative is rarely enough, and we recommend running several at once to split test and determine the best option and then scale it. And now, to be more confident in the quality of the ad creative, let's talk about a few useful tips that can affect the final conversion of your campaigns regardless of the niche. First of all, make sure that the images of people, interior elements, and nature on the ad correspond to the specifics of the region where the promotion is planned. Simple example, if the campaign is designed for the European market, Asian-looking characters will not be very appropriate in the ad creative. Secondly, make sure that the ad creative reflects, or at least closely relates to, the landing page of the offer. Otherwise, users may be deterred by differences and inconsistent information. And thirdly, be concise but informative. Use the available characters in the title and description text intelligently, trying to reflect only the main point and provoke the user to click through. One last thing, don't be afraid to experiment and test as much as possible. Sometimes even the smallest differences between two ad creatives can have a huge impact on your bottom line. Try new versions of design and monitor the results to find the most successful formula. And I'm saying goodbye to you until the new videos.